Hello, hello. Happy Friday. OBS was over here trying to make it a bad Friday, but it's okay. We got through it. We are here. Let me make sure. Let's not speak too soon. Make sure we actually are here. Oh, yes. Yes, it looks like we are. Okay, good. Yes. All right. Let me make sure I got my chat. Get my chat. Make sure I can see everybody. Oh, come on. What's happening? Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay. We're good. Hi. Happy Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. Hi, Jude. It's so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Hi, Tarot Gothas. Good to see you. Hi, Cousin B. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Did everybody have a good week? Hi, Judy. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. I still am like, I don't even know what word to use. All kinds of confused about how quickly time is passing since the new year. It's moving really fast. Like, April starts next week. That's insane. Insane. So then every time I come to ask you about how your week was, I all I think about is like I don't even know if I remember my week. What was this week and what was last week and what was like the month before because it's all blending together cuz it's moving so fast. It's a little bit crazy. Alrighty. Let's start a list. What do we have to talk about today? Anybody got birthdays, numbers that they've seen, um, words, phrases, quotes, affirmations they want to look at? Let me know in the chat. I think the only thing I wanted to talk about was I don't know what to call it, Judy. That's what yeah, thank you for the reminder because that's what I was thinking about that we need to talk about, but I don't know what to call it. I guess it's just I don't know. Uh Energy changes. We going through changes, people. I know. You could try to put your numbers through, Judy, but might have to wait. But yeah, there's energy changes happening. Let me see. Let me see what else I have in my journal today. Well, this week. Because there was actually a lot, but I don't know what is, if anything, is ready to talk about. Some of this is for tomorrow. I think that'll come out maybe today. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else. Yep, that's really what I got. Oh, hi, Josh. Thanks for being here. It's good to see ya. Oh, yeah. Yes. We can add that because that goes with these energy changes. So, moving unreleased energy because that's what's happening right now. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Let me just copy what Judy said instead of trying to spell stuff. Do 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 do. Okay. And that encompasses a lot. So we'll see what comes out with these energy changes. Because that actually feels like it's actually going to be bigger than I'm anticipating. So we'll just leave that one there. And then we'll do a number 2, which will be Judy's numbers if we could get them. And then if anybody else has anything else, for anybody that was on Wednesday's Twitch stream where I was looking at all of the fireballs, there was another one that came in actually this morning over Ohio, I think. So it's continuing, and it seems like we're going to continue to get those fireballs through April, but we'll see. We'll keep watching them. Mm-hmm. There was a ton of 2s. So like that story, that vibrational story of 11 to 2 is very loud right now. Where 11 is the recognition of division or duality. Because you have the 2 1s, you can actually see where the extremes are. So we are in the midst of like this 11 where we can see where the divisions are, where the duality is all around us. We can clearly see where the 2 extremes are. We can see these 2 extremes like battling each other. And these 2, we can see them very clearly, but we need to try and get to this 2 where we are ending this division. But the way to do that is no longer like choosing a side is no longer the way to go. And maybe that's something we could talk about too. And it probably will come out in our conversation that this too, it's not choosing a side. It is finding a neutral position without it's being neutral without ignoring the extremes or the division or the duality that exists. So, yeah. So maybe that'll come out some too today. Okay, I see the numbers. I see them. So I'm going to write them down. All right. All right, all right, all right. Why did that come into my brain? Oh my gosh. That just gave me a really good giggle. Oh. Oh my gosh. Okay, and it's not stopping. It's just keep going in my brain. I'm just gonna try and ignore it. All right, so we've got 37, 34, 196, 183, and 97, 95. Um, did I miss one? Or is there another one? Is there another one, Judy, or somebody else that you were thinking about putting in the chat but you didn't? It feels like a number's missing. Feels like there's a vibrational gap. So does somebody there's a vibration missing. I know. Judy, Josh, Tarot, somebody got a number that you were thinking about sharing that you didn't put in the chat? Because there's a vibration missing that we're supposed to talk about today. So, yeah. I'll put that as 3. there's should be another one coming. Yeah, it feels like there's something, and maybe it'll come to you as we're talking, or maybe it'll come to me as we're talking. But it definitely feels like there's a vibrational gap here in the story we're trying to get. So, all right, well, let's just get going, and we'll see what the universe gives us. So let's start with Judy's numbers. Hey, do what I say. There we go. Trying to be fancy. Oh, so you fancy, huh? Where's Sweet Cookies? She likes it when I sing that. Oh, so you fancy, huh? Alrighty, here we go. What is happening? Somebody in this chat is having some very loud thoughts and it's distracting me. So either you need to put your thoughts in the chat or you need to go meditate and calm that down, because something there's something very loud. Okay, let's see. Let me ignore this person's thoughts. Oh my gosh. And look at here. Let's see. All right. So it feels like the first and the last one kind of are on their own. They stand alone. They're from like a not a fully different vibrational story, but it's kind of like a side story. It's a side quest. But these two in the middle go together, but they go together in a way where it's like it's a vibrational progression. So going from 196 to this 183. So we'll start there. Yeah, because this is cool, because then I can talk to you and tell you about vibrational progressions. So we have a vibrational progression here with 196 to 183. And I haven't said it in a while, so I'll say it today, because you all are getting pretty good at being able to pick up on these vibrations. And so we need to just increase your ability to start reading them yourself. And so the way that you read the vibrations is you start from the right to the left. And so we start looking at the 6 first. And actually, let's not use numbers just because that's confusing. So we start here with the 6. This is where we look first. And then this 6 is enhancing whatever's next to it, which is the 9. And then that's the next step in the story. And then we look at 1, and this is the final step in this 3-step story. So, what this is. Okay. Anyway, so when you're reading vibrations, you write it from left to right, just like you would write your words, but then you read it the opposite way, from right to left. And so, what you have to do is you have to get a very good grasp of just the single digit numbers. So if you start with just the single digit numbers of 1 through 9, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't know why they got smaller. But anyway, but if you define for yourself what each of these feel like to you. So what I do is I think about, well, what does it feel like in my mind? What is a thought when I think of 1? What does that feel like? What does it feel like in my body when I encounter it? When I look it up and I read about it, what makes most sense? So you get your definitions of these vibrations 1 through 9. And then that starts helping you get the interpretation of these longer numbers. So then you look at each one of these steps, and then you look at what they are added together. Okay. All right, so let's start looking at this. So here, this 196 is really, it's disrupting the comfort zones, because 6 is about comfort. But because it's neutral, like all vibrations are, it's about comfort and discomfort. So here it's the breaking up of the comfort zones. It's disrupting the comfort so that things are able to end. Because this 6 is in support of what this 9 is doing, which is bringing an end or a completion to any kind of cycles. So any ways of thinking, any ways of doing things, those are all this 9 ending cycles. So we're being put in a state of discomfort or being uncomfortable so that we're able to end these old cycles and allow this new energy, these new cycles, these new thoughts, behaviors, ways of being to be able to come into the space. This process is producing. So when we take this and we look at 1 plus 9 plus 6, we get the 16, which is another one of these tower vibrations. So by creating a state of being uncomfortable, it's able to promote an ending to these cycles, to these thoughts, behaviors, ways of being that need to end, so that new information, new thoughts, new behaviors, new ways of being can come into the space. This whole process can feel like a tower falling. That gives you this 16. So this process, this vibrational story is going to happen whether you like it or not. Like the tower is going to fall. And you just are having to make a choice if you are going to follow along on this vibrational path. Allow yourself to be uncomfortable so that you can end cycles that need to end, so that new can come in, that new energy can come in. This tower is going to fall. This tower is built on all of those old cycles that need to end. But what's happening here in this energetic progression is that what is going on is it's kind of like a chemical process. So, where when you have a chemical process, you are bringing these different chemicals together and to create something new or to break up something. So you either have a release or you have a or it's an addition, like you're creating something new or you're releasing, and it's usually a combination of both. And so here in this progression, we are going from 196 to 183. And so we can see just in the numbers that the vibrations are changing in a way that there is something happening to release some of this energy, to release this vibration. And so what is being released, we do 196 minus 183, and that gets us 13. So what's happening in this interim is a transformation. So a transformation is happening. Some of this energy from this tower fall is going towards a transformation. This transformation then produces this 183. So it's like the 196 is the caterpillar, go through the transformation of this 13, and now it's producing the butterfly of the 183. And so then if we look at the vibrations of this 183 in this new vibrational position, we are getting a place where we are able to begin to grow and create new vibrational cycles. Usually this 8 is about these cycles that are like reap what you sow or karma cycles. But because we have this 9 here, where we've ended cycles, and that was part of this tower fall and transformation, now this 8 can be the creation of new cycles. So it's like the setting up of new karma. We're at the reap part, or no, we're at the sow part. Where you're sowing in new vibrational cycles. And this is producing something new, a new way of being, or a new set of thoughts or behaviors. I'm trying to find a color. Okay, there. And what is new that's coming from this? Because if we do 1 plus 8 plus 3, we get 12, which is a change in perspective. So just thinking about what this is showing us, if 196 is the caterpillar and 183 is the butterfly, because we go through this transformation, then absolutely we're going to have a change in perspective. Because now we're going from a caterpillar where we are on the ground, or even in the tree, you're still lower than you could be when you actually are a butterfly and are able to fly. By flying, now you're getting a change in your perspective. You're getting a higher perspective, but also you're getting the ability to be able to look at the world from different perspectives. You could still go and be on the ground and have that perspective. You still have that perspective. But now you are able to have a range of perspectives. that altogether would be considered a change in perspective. So this kind of goes along with what we will talk about in a little while about how to be able to move unreleased energy or energy that you don't want to release. It's a repurposing, because here we are taking the energy that we have, this vibration that we have of 196. We're using what we need to for this transformation to happen to be able to get to 183. So we're going through this tower moment in order to get to a place where we have a change in our perspective. Okay, I think that's it. But the big thing, because we haven't talked about them before, are these energy progressions. They're happening all the time. Like these, none of our energy, our vibrations are standalone. They're always interacting with each other, but they interact with each other in very different ways. This is one of these ways is that you have these energy progressions where energy is being used to help create something new, because energy can't be destroyed or created, but it can be used. And if you use energy to create something new out of the energy, then that's what you're getting here with this energy progression. That's a good one. Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't talked about any energy progressions before. Okay, I see the other number. So I'm going to add that here to the bottom. 30 335. Okay. Okay. I was listening. So, okay, so we need to look at 9795 next, because there's something else I got to show you. Oh my gosh, did I forget the number? No, I didn't. It's 9795. Okay. All right, we'll write that here. So real quick, what I need to show you, and we'll just move this over a little bit if the whiteboard cooperates. Let me show you. So, what you can have sometimes is you could have a split vibration. So, we have like 97, which goes to a 16, but we just saw 196, which also goes to a 16. When two vibrations here, so like this 1 and this 6, really are working together, just like they are here in this 7. But this vibration is split because there's like a step that needs to happen before they can come together. So that would be this 9. So when we have this like 6 of making things uncomfortable so that we are prepared to learn a lesson, because we learn the most when we're uncomfortable. then that opens up to be able to end these cycles. These cycles that are ending are the same cycles that need to end here in 97. But we need to encounter them and know what they are first. We need to be able to see them. And so we need to be able to be uncomfortable, but not so uncomfortable that we're not able to see what these cycles are that actually need to end. That's why this is split here, because we need to take a moment to be able to actually know what these cycles are that need to end before we can allow new energy in. So before we can take the action of the 7, we actually need to understand what cycles are ending. Oh, hi, Rumpel! It's good to see you. Yeah, but remember, Judy, when we look at like the back and forth, like on those stair steps, there's always that movement. So remember when we were looking at the stair steps, when we got to that 16 to 17, there's a lot of things that have to be done to fully get to the 17. So you think about it, like if there is a very large building that is going to be demolitioned and like blown up and tore down, there's a lot of preparation that goes into doing that. There also is a lot of different steps in making that happen. Like you can't just put in like one round of explosives and then blow up the building. It has to go in progression. Like if you actually watch a demolition of a very large building, you see it falling in sections. And so it's like, oh, this first section has fallen. So we've gone from the 16 to the 17 here, but we still have to progress through and get these other parts to also fall. Motorcycles and tricycles need to end. Okay, Rumpel. So, what we have with these splits is basically this 196. Once we recognize what the cycles are that need to end, so the ways of thinking, the ways of doing things, the behaviors that are happening, the systems that are in place, once we know which of those need to end, now it can behave more like 97, where now we can go over here. Because what we have here is this 97 and this 95 are actually operating separately. So the 97, ew, I don't like that. Okay, there we go, better. So this 97 is like doing one job, and the 95 is doing another job. So even though they are closely tied, their vibrational stories, what they are producing, the messages that they're bringing, are actually very separate. So we do have, and have to recognize that we have, a portal within this number. So what's tying these together are these 9s. because these nines do want to be near each other. And so this is what's creating this vibrational bond between these two separate purposes, these two separate vibrational stories that are coming together. And this portal is bringing forth the seven. And so the seven is amplified. So the seven in this 97 is amplified, where seven is taking action in vibrational flow. So this is the perfect combination of masculine and feminine energy. And we've had a lot of conversations, some explicitly and some not, around these masculine and feminine aspects, and recognizing that we all have these masculine and feminine aspects. And right now, within our social groups and within society and within the earth herself, there is this rising up of feminine energy where it's being recognized as being needed more. And so it's like a rebalancing between these energies. So this action in flow, when you're taking action in flow, it's the right time and in the right way, where taking action, that outward action, is very much the masculine energy, but having it be in the right timing and like listening to your gut and listening to the vibration to know when it is the right time, and listening to your inner vibration about, is it morally right for you, is needed in this moment also. And so this action in flow, this combination between the masculine and the feminine, is being amplified and highlighted here. And by taking this action in flow, then we're able to get to this ending of cycles. So you can see even from the last vibrational story that this 9 is like really important. We know that we had the 9 last year of 2025, where a lot of things needed to end. A lot of things, a lot of energy, a lot of connections between vibrations, which include people, needed to end in 2025 in order for this new energy of 2026 to be able to come into the space. But here again, we're looking at needing to end these cycles, because even here on this other side, we're starting with this 5 of change. So changes need to happen. We're able to recognize what changes are happening and need to make these changes in order to be able to end these cycles. So both of these very much feel like they're happening in parallel. And they're kind of coming together in that they both are getting to this 9 of ending cycles, but with this 7 amplified, the actions that are being taken to end those cycles is very important, especially in the changes that are happening. So the changes are where we're trying to get by taking the actions that we're taking. But we need to make sure that those actions are done in vibrational flow, that they're being done at the right time and in the right way, so these cycles can truly end. So then, if we add these together. Together forever we are. Where's that from? Sounds like a Disney movie or something. Together forever we are. What is it? All right, I need somebody to find out what it is. Came into my head, so must be something. All right, so if we add together 97 and 95, we get 192. And this is going to that 12 of a change in perspective again. So we see that both of these vibrational stories that are coming out right now, one is a energetic progression or a vibrational progression, and it's getting us to a change in perspective, while this one has these two vibrational stories or operations happening. It's kind of like if in the body you have like these two organs that have their own jobs. Like your stomach can't do the job of your kidney, but you need both of them to be functioning. Okay, you could have one kidney, but better to have two. You need both of them functioning to doing their specific unique job to help the body. That's kind of what these 97 and 95 are doing. That they do work together in some capacity, but they really have their own jobs. But it's really wanting to bring about this change in perspective. So this change in the perspective is the outcome ending that we are striving for, because we've already seen that twice already in these vibrations. And this is a pretty big change in perspective. Especially because the last set of vibrations we looked at in that progression, that vibrational progression, was producing, well, it was being produced, the change in perspective was coming from a transformation. So, like, the biggest change that you can make and you can't come back from. So, we have change here. We had transformation with the other ones, but both have this change in perspective. Universe got jokes, because watch this. So so we've got the 12 both times so far. And the 12 is associated with the Hanged Man in the tarot. Hanged Man. And he's like hanging upside down by his toenails. And, ew, change in placenta. What are you all talking about? All right, I'm going to get to the chat in a minute. But we have this 12 that is in the tarot is the Hanged Man. The 12 vibration represents a change in perspective. Ew, I just wrote this horrible. I don't like it. Go away. Terrible handwriting. All right, we're going to write this again. Change. Want to be proper with it. Change. Ew. I don't know why it's bothering me so much more today, but whatever. We're going with it. Okay, so change in perspective. We have seen the vibration for the word change for a couple weeks now. It's 38. Um, which is also the numeric vibration of the word balance and of the word death. Then the word in is 23, which we have seen before, and it is the same numerical vibration as the word I am. And then perspective is 138, which is a 12. We add up 1 plus 3 plus 8, we get a 12. And then if we add all of these together forever we are. Still don't know what that's from. So if we do 38 plus 23 plus 138, where we are getting this change in perspective, we get 199. So here again are these two nines. This ending of perspectives or ending of cycles to get to a change in perspective. 99 is also the numerical vibration of ascension, the word ascension. So by looking at this vibrational phrase, change in perspectives, when we got both of these vibrational stories ending in a 12, and the change in perspective, we are getting a story of being able to get to vibrational ascension. So making these changes, ending these cycles, and these cycles can even be super small things like ending your certain behaviors. So like, for example, if you want to have a different routine, so if you want to, all right, I want to, it's starting to, the weather's finally starting to calm down. Well, not really, but we're going to say it out loud so we manifest it and make it so. But the weather is finally getting nice, and so we want to start going outside. Well, if you want to have a regular walk outside, there's some habits and behaviors that you're going to have to end so that you have the time. So you're going to have to end staying late at work, so then you actually have time to go for a walk before dinner. It's just like that. It could be something even really simple. So even though these messages can be really deep and they can feel vibrationally really heavy, they happen at all levels. So they happen in the simplest ways in our everyday life, all the way to these really complex ways. But this change in perspective is what's really important right now. So we're getting these messages a couple of different ways of how we need to change our perspective and why it's important to change our perspective. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to get some water and see what you all doing in the chat with all these laughing emojis. I want to laugh too. And then we'll look at some of these other numbers. I almost choked. I don't know why I decided to like start singing right as, oh, and I spilled water on myself. Oh well, at least I have a shirt on. Right, Josh? See? I got a shirt on again. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. You all are so funny. Oh my goodness. Eh, Quidditch. That's a fun game though. Uh, you all are funny. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. You all. It's too funny. What? Oh my gosh. You, you all are hilarious. You crack me up. Oh my goodness. I can't with y'all. Uh oh, okay. I was hearing I needed to look at my notebook because there was something I needed to look at and I just saw it. So my last entry that I wrote right before going live was on control. And we'll talk about more of this in just a minute, actually. Control! You better know what that's from. If not, that's sad. And so control it when we use our little code where it's A equals 1 all the way to Z equals 26. We get 3 plus 15 plus 14 plus 20 plus 18 plus 15 plus 12. And this all adds up together to 97. That's why I had to look at my notebook. So we just talked about 97. But the word control is does resonate at 97 also. All right. That's all for now on control. All right. So let's see. We looked at these because this brought us to a change in perspective. This brought us to a change in perspective. I think these the first one and then this last one that was added in, they're doing something similar. All right, we're going to work with those two together because there's something happening there. So let me see if I can remember them. How did those change color? Oh my gosh, did I forget them already? I did. Come on, brain. Because I need to not try and remember them with my brain. And just remember that how they feel. So, we had a couple of things happening here. okay, I see what's happening. It was throwing me off for a minute. But what is happening is we got to rewrite this. Let's rewrite this second one in a different color. So then I can show you what's happening. Well, it's clear we have lots of threes. But what's happening is the three vibration is, it's like the thread that's weaving these vibrational stories together. Do 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 do. So it's kind of like we're going like 3, boop, 3, boop, 3, boop, 3, boop. And then it will continue on. But it's like creating this weaving. But then these two have the 7 in between them and the 4 here. And this one has the 0 here. Oh, I do need another 3. Oh, no, that's not why. It's because, well, here, let's fix this. Boop, boop, like that. And then this is, oh, and then this will continue on. But then we have the 5 is right here. So it's the, my drawing looks real wackadoo. But that's what's happening, is like, that's why these are, it feels like they're interacting with each other. It's because these threes want to be with each other, and so they're like creating this weaving pattern. That's interesting. But we are going to look at them separately. We just know that the messages that are coming through are being connected. They're being sewn together with this 3 vibration of growth. So it's kind of like when you make cookies and they grow too big and they squish together. And then you get one big old giant cookie. That's kind of what's happening here with all these 3s. So, but let's look at them separately. Over here, get a different color. So 3734 is operating just like the last one we saw, where the 37 is got its own job and the 34 has its own job that it's completing. This 34 7 it does come first here in the vibrational story, and it needs to come first because then the 7 that this produces is coming together with this other 7 to make 77. So really how we should be drawing this is like, this is more like a conveyor belt. Conveyor belt. So it's like you go to the step 1 on this conveyor belt and you get this 7. This 7 now is coming here and is being amplified and supporting this other 3 within this 37. So it's moving along these conveyor belts. This 77 is the numeric vibration of the word power. It's also the numeric vibration of the word wound. So this is where that neutrality of vibrations come in, where when you're encountering this vibration of 77, it could feel powerful, but it also could feel like a wounding. And it just depends on your perspective. But we do have where these are splitting apart here, and they are, even though it's on the conveyor belt, they both have their own jobs to do. But then this 37 is actually splitting again. And so when we add this up, I know I'm all over the place. All over the place. So when we add this up, we actually need to add it up where it's 3 plus 7 plus 34. So instead of like the other one, where we just did the 97 plus the 95, here that 37 is operating separately. Where that action and flow that is needing to take place is happening separate. So before we add this up, let's look at this whole story. So we have a shaking up of the foundations. We have a questioning of the stability of this 4. We're having to look at these foundations and make sure that the foundations of things, so what we stand on and what we stand for, is stable enough to allow for this first part of this growth to happen. Once this growth happens, then that's where we get to the 7 that then can amplify the 7 here. Amplifying the 7 means that now we are able to take even more action. Like our actions are more substantial, or there's more actions that we can take that are in vibrational flow. And by taking these actions, then it is further allowing additional growth to happen. Yeah, this is very, very similar to the other vibrational stories that we've been seeing. The difference here is, though, when we add this up, we get 45, which is a 9. So this vibrational story is coming before where you got all of those vibrational stories with all the 9s. So breaking up this foundation, or really questioning the stability of things, is probably adding to or part of making things uncomfortable in order to learn a lesson and to be able to grow. Then we do get where now change can happen. Hey, I didn't want the thing color. That's not what I wanted to do. But we have change that can happen. And now we can get this new set of stability. This new foundation, which also allows for all these old things to end. You all are funny. So yeah, we're getting a lot of this similar stories. about growth and ascension, but really needing to allow things to end. So we're making room for this new energy to come in, for new ways of thinking, new ways of behaving, new ways of doing things, and for this new foundation that is needed to build on. Because if the tower is going to fall, which we know it is, we know that's coming, and we're in the midst of it right now, we certainly cannot build on the foundation before it is torn away. We need to allow that foundation to be torn away so then a new foundation can be built, and then off of that new stability we can grow. Oh my gosh, you all are so funny. I love it when you all get real excited in the chat. I don't even care if you talk about anything. I just like to feel your happy, joyous energy. So continue. It just makes me giggle. Oh, I should blame Josh for giggling? Okay, I mean, that's cool. Because his dad jokes usually do make me giggle. Oh, I already know. I have worked with and been family with and been around enough people to know that there's lots of different ways of showing that you are paying attention and for taking in the lessons and the messages that are coming to you. And I love it. I love it when that's done with joy. So, yes. All right. We're going to look at this 30, 33, 5. Mm-hmm. Mm, that's what I thought. Okay, so the way we are to look at this, so first we do have a couple of portals here. So we have this one from here to here. And then we would have also this one where it goes from here to here. So it's a smaller one. Baby one. But this purple one is bringing through and amplifying this 0, while this pink portal is amplifying the 0 and the 3. So the 0 is being doubly amplified here. So this energy, this vibration of God, the universe, higher power is being amplified here. So it's saying this is what's really important. We need to look at this vibration again in two pieces, which seems to be the theme tonight, where a change is happening. So we have this change that is happening. And this change then is amplifying here, where this is a 9. So let me give myself a little space. So we again are getting to this 9 of ending cycles. So that's another theme that we see coming through all of these vibrations that we're looking at tonight. Needing to end these cycles. So end the thinking, the behavior, the systems, the way of doing things. Those are the things that need to end. But what we're getting here is more about how to do that. So with this 0 here, it's telling you to not emphasize as much this 33. So do not get caught up in this amplification of growth. Growth is happening very, very quickly right now for everybody, for the whole earth. So do not think that that's all the growth you need to do. Do not think because growth is happening all around us and even to us, like we are growing, but we're only growing because everything else is growing. It's like being on an elevator. Of course, you're going to go up or down because the elevator is moving. You're not doing anything to move. The elevator's doing it for you. So this 0, this God, universe, higher power energy is saying when you're ending these cycles, so that new ways of being, new ways of thinking and doing things are coming in, do not think that just because these new things are coming in and happening that you're actually doing anything. You're not. You're still in your comfort zones. You're just in your comfort zones in an elevator that's already going up. And instead, what needs to be amplified, what you need to pay attention to, is this individual growth. So this 3 that is standing alone. So to get to this ending of cycles, when you are ending these cycles, you really need to not focus so much on the growth or the movement that is destined to happen. It's meant to happen. And instead, focus on the individual growth that you need to make. Grow with awareness and intention. So that's, again, similar story that we've been seeing, that now we have these like 3, 4 different ways that we are being shown how to be able to end these cycles. That there's all of these cycles that need to end. So our ways of thinking, our behaviors, what we're comfortable with, really like what we consider normal, a lot of that needs to end. Because as the energy and vibration around us is changing and ascending, that's all going to change regardless. Those old thoughts, those old behaviors, those old ways of being are not going to work. That's like taking your kindergarten behavior to 3rd grade. Come on now. Get it together. You should no longer need a nap. Although naps are lovely. So maybe that wasn't a good example because I do love naps. I think we all need naps. But you get what I'm saying. You can't take what you did at a, and I don't even like saying lower level because it's just different. You can't take how you were early on in life and continue to do that. It's just not going to work for you. Some of it will, because some of it are lessons that you absolutely need to carry with you throughout life, but not all of it. Not all of it. Okay, so let me see. I think that was all of our numbers. Where did it go? Oh yeah, there it goes. Yeah, we got all of them. Woo! Thanks, Judy. Thank you for sharing. That was great. And that goes along with this other part that I wanted to talk about. So you got us on a roll. Woohoo! All right, let me get some water. See what you guys are chatting about. Did anybody ever tell me what I was singing? I don't even remember what it was anymore. Oh, Rumple, you and your immature thoughts. I love them. Oh my goodness. You all. Oh my gosh. Oh! Oh, Rumple. You thought he wasn't paying attention? Mm-mm-mm. You should know better by now. Oh. Okay. Good. Oh, I'm glad she knows. That's funny. Hi, Cousin B's Twitch. Oh, that gave me a good giggle, too. It's a good thing I like to giggle. Oh my goodness. Okay. So, we're going to talk about these energy changes. Where are we going to go? Where are we going? Where are we going? Let's go way up here. Let's get a big clean space. There we go. Oh my gosh. You are funny. Okay, so let's keep this energy up. Because what we need to talk about now could feel a little heavy. And actually feeling, so I'm sure it's nobody in the chat, maybe somebody in the chat. But there's definitely a few people listening in. Where the energy around you already feels really dense. So, real quick, just going to try and break up some of that energy so it can get moving, because that's the important thing. All right. So, to do that, we're just going to do a quick breathing exercise. So, big deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Let's do it one time. So, big deep breath in and out. Now, this time, when you breathe in, I want you to use that breath. Feel in your body where it feels heavy. Because whenever we have heavy energy, we usually feel it in one particular part of our body. So, like if we're having heavy thoughts or our mind is racing, our head can feel the heavy energy. If we're having any kind of heavy emotions, or there's people around us that have heavy emotions, then we can feel it in our chest, like in our heart area. But this is also why if you have an injury, sometimes that, like you hurt your arm and it could feel heavier. So this time we're going to breathe in and we're going to put all of that breath into where it feels heavy. So if it feels heavy in your head, then just imagine that as the breath comes in, it's going into your head and breaking up some of that heaviness. If it's in your chest, same thing. Okay, here we go. Deep breath in through the nose. Out through the mouth. So hopefully you should notice that if you focused on that breath going into the space where that energy was heavy, when you breathed out, it helped break up some of that heaviness and got the energy moving. So please, if you still feel that heaviness, do some more of that real quick. Just do some more big deep breaths where you are imagining that breath going into that space of heaviness and breaking it up. Kind of like when you start breaking the surface ice on water. Breaking it up so that water can actually move. Some of y'all that live in warm climates don't know about that, how you have to break up the ice in your gutters so they actually flow out. But that's what we want to do right now. Because we want the energy flowing as we talk about all of this energy that we have coming into our space. Hey, I'm not doing anything. Look at this, what's happening? What is happening? I am not touching anything. I'm not touching anything. Stop! It's still going. That's creepy. Stop being creepy. Come on, universe. We know you have jokes. I don't like it when stuff like that happens. It makes me mad. But I guess this message did not want to be at the top. It wanted to be at the bottom. So fine. We'll let it be at the bottom. I was just rude. All right. So, does the screen look different for you? It looks different for me. Okay, let me look away. I think I moved too much energy. Because now my screen looks like it's zoomed in. Okay. Hey, the energy got moving. That's exactly what happened. We were moving energy, and the screen moved. It was just rude, though. All right, so here we have Earth. Hello, Earth. 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 And on Earth, we have lots and lots of water spaces, but we'll just put a little water space right here. And we have lots and lots of lava spaces. That was fun. And then we have, our land, Earth spaces. I don't know why I needed all that. I probably didn't, but I just felt like scribbling. So there we go. And then upon the earth, here we be. Here we be, you and me. Here we be. So, and then above the earth, we have in the atmosphere. Let me move this over a little bit. Boop, boop. So we have the sun. And then we have all of the other planets that we know. We have our little moon. Hello, little moon. Don't run. Oh, they are running. Well, this one is running. This one isn't running yet. That's funny. They are running. Well, we're soon gonna draw what they're running from. We have all right, so we'll label some stuff. We know the sun, but this is our moon. Hello, moon. These are our different planets. And then we have the stars. Oh, pretty beautiful stars all over. Boop, 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 looking like chickenpox. And we have some unknown objects. What color can I use? I guess we'll just use black. So then we also have like our unknown objects, or what we label them. So like we have 3-Eye Atlas, and we have some comets. Woo, woo, woo. That's the comet. Okay, so I know. Anyway, so this be our world. And so we typically have where we have all of these energies that are already here. And we have the vibrations, the energy from space coming down into Earth space, and then Earth takes in that energy and then releases it in different ways. So it can release it as weather. Woo! That's a cloud. Release it as weather. It can also release it through like a volcano. I think I breathed too much. Cause now I feel like energy loopy high. But it has these different releases of this energy. We also take in this energy and we release this energy in a couple of different ways. So we release this energy in our physical actions. So in the actions that we take. It also is actually released through our thoughts. So it takes energy to think, and our thoughts are the first step to manifestation. So that's why visualization works, because what we're thinking in our mind actually can start what we produce in our reality. So a release of energy, a use of energy, and release of energy are our thoughts. We also release our energy through our emotions. Emotions. But then we also, all of these same energies can be released to other people through relationship interactions. Relationship interactions. Okay, I do have a point. So, this is typically how things are working, where we have this cycle of this energy. We have this energy that is coming from space going into Earth. Earth is releasing the energy, and we are releasing the energy that goes back to space, and it's now coming back around. So it's like an equilibrium energetically, vibrationally. It's this give and take where we are releasing and giving this energy, and then we are also receiving this energy coming in. What is happening right now, and I'm trying to think about how far back to go. So let's over here on the side, put it on the side. In what color though? Because all of these colors are magically delicious. All right, we'll just use black. So in 2025, we were in this 9 vibration. And we just talked about the 9 vibration a whole lot. And so this 9 vibration of 2025 was to bring an end to things. So an ending of any of these cycles. So our thoughts, our behaviors, our certain actions, certain energetic relationship exchanges. Say, no, I will not exchange energy with you anymore. Good day. I said good day. All of this is happening in 2025. What this does is it's making space for new energy. I just realized you can't see any of that what I wrote. We'll write it over here. So as you have an ending, now it's making new space. It's making space for this new energy that's coming in. And so as we have come in to 2026, we have seen this new energy. So 2026 is a 10. It's all about this new energy that is amplified by God, universe, higher power with this 0. This new energy is coming in a lot of different ways. So we see the new energy coming in from the sun. The sun has been overactive this year, more than other years. So we see an increase in like solar flares, solar wind. So we getting an increase of solar energy. For these planets, what we're seeing is we're seeing an increase in movement, because when they are moving signs, we are changing that energy, and so now it is a new energy that's coming into the space. So like we had Pluto move, and this happened at the end of 2025, but it's dominant here in 2026, where we had Pluto move out of Capricorn into Aquarius. We also had Neptune move into Aries. And so now this Aquarius energy, this Aries energy is new energy that's coming into our space. It's new and it's inundating in. We had Three Eye Atlas was in our atmosphere in 2025, but in 2026 is when we are encountering its debris trail. So we are actually getting more of its energy now than we were in 2025. This is where we are seeing like more of these fireballs that are coming in. We actually have more comet activity also right now. So we're getting all of this extra energy in. Look at all that purple. So we have all of this extra energy that's coming in the space. This is what we consider ascension. So ascension, which is that this word ascension does resonate at the vibration of 99. So ascension happens when we end cycles to make new space, and we keep that going. So we keep ending, keep it going, so that we are continuously making new space. And then the vibration can raise up. Now we have this process happen as individuals all the time. But what we're experiencing right now is an ascension of everything, of Earth, of our solar system and all our planets, of every person and every being, every living being that's on Earth, living and unliving. There's just a lot of energy coming into this space to bring up this ascension. But then what happens is that we have this new energy that's coming in. No, wrong color, lady. So we have all of this new energy that's coming into like the earth space, but it still has some increase in activity. Like we have seen some abnormal weather lasting longer and more of it, but not enough to actually release all of this new energy. Same with like any of these earth activities, like with volcanoes or earthquakes, to release energy. They're happening, they're more active, but they are not enough to release it all. And I don't think we're meant to release it all. But same thing with us, because we also have this energy coming in, and we only have our same ways of being able to release it. So we release it through these relationship interactions, we release it through our emotions, our thoughts, and our actions. But it's not enough. Basically, it's not enough. And so we are at a point right now where we can feel like we are overwhelmed by the energy that's in our bodies, but also in our space around us. Because everything, the earth, the sky, every tree, all the grass, like everything and everybody is getting inundated with all of this new energy. And really what we are meant to do. So this is why we see more of I don't know what else to call it, because it's not Like we see more outbursts. It's like more, just like the earth is having more activity in that we are seeing more crazy weather, we're seeing more volcanic eruptions, we're seeing more earthquakes. um, we see more of those energetic releases in the people around us and in ourselves, so we can have more heightened emotions. We can feel like we need to be moving or we need to take action, but don't know what we can do. And like our normal activities aren't enough. So, like for me right now, like I go to the gym pretty regularly. I try and stay active physically. Um, but I'm not, it's like it doesn't matter if I went to the gym every single day, all day long, it would not be enough to really move all of this energy. And I think it's partially because there's a lot of energy coming in, but it's also because I don't think we're meant to release it. We're meant to figure out how to hold it in and work with it. So we have all this energy that's coming in. And what we usually do to release the energy is not working, regardless of how much we do it or how big we make it. So, no matter how much we let our minds run with all those thoughts, we're not going to get to a place where we feel like a release of that energy, of that pressure. So basically, the whole world, all of us, and everything in it are experiencing this heightened energy. But we have to begin to learn how to be able to um, work within awareness and control. So that's how we work with this. So the behaviors, the actions, the thoughts, the ways of being, the emotions that you have when you are in kindergarten are no longer going to work in this new heightened state. It's a new grade level. Okay, so I'm gonna let that sink in, see what questions you have, and then we can talk more about what we actually can do. And I'll see what's happening. Mm-mm. How you all doing? Oh, the chat got quiet. I hope it's because you're thinking, not because I overburdened you. So, what do we think? How's everybody doing? I know this is a lot to like think about, but important, important work. Hmm. Okay, good. Let me catch up in the chat. Oh, oh yeah. I know this mic is doo doo garbage. I know it is. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for anybody that is not able to hear the audio well. Yes, we will get a mic. Get it fixed. I know, I know. That's also too much energy flowing. Okay. All right. As long as you all are good. Okay, good. Yes. Yes. This is why we did our breathing before talking about this, because this is a lot. So, the big point is that there is a reason, um an energetic vibrational reason that we are seeing these bigger outbursts, in the earth, but also in ourselves and the people around us. Because our bodies, our systems are trying to release some of this energy. We're trying to do things the old way, and it's just not enough. So don't be surprised if you are, um, getting to a point of irritation faster than usual. Or if you're getting to a place of exhaustion and just not being able to, interact as much more than usual. This is why. This is why. This is also why there could be more, um, emotional outbursts in your interactions with other people. This is also why we are seeing, just on the earth, everything is heightened. Everything is vibrationally heightened. Every action, every word, everything that's happening. So there's at least a reason for it. It's not for no reason. And there are things we can do about it. Uh, no, that actually makes sense, Cousin B, because that's what this is also. That, that huge amount of energy, it's disrupting all of our regular cycles. So all of the way. So usually if we are sleeping, and then that's how we are processing our thoughts running through our head while we're sleeping, is releasing that energy. So processing anything to do with those thoughts, it's helping in, releasing that energy. So that actually makes complete sense that you'd have more trouble sleeping, because all this energy is heightened. And then those of us who, um, did more ending in 2025, we have more space for energy. And if you have bigger energy, you have more space for energy. So you're actually taking in even more, which is a good thing because we need it for ascension, but whew, can definitely be overwhelming. But there are things we can do. So we now, from my lovely drawing, I know that's why, we are in a place of awareness. So we know that there's more energy coming in. We can see the reports of fireballs and crazy things happening in space. We can look outside and see the crazy weather. And all of those are those clues that there's more energy in our space. So now we have awareness. The biggest thing that we can do to help ourselves, because we are not meant to release all this energy. We're meant to begin to start using it in different ways. And so then that's getting us to a place where we can start being intentional, um, with the energy. So instead of just releasing the energy, so instead of just allowing, that energy to be released through our thoughts, our emotions, and our actions, we actually need to be intentional about how we use energy. So, intentional about how to use the energy. We have all of this energy in our space, it's here for us to use it. And so, we need to be very intentional about how we're using that energy because we're just releasing it isn't going to work. And so, thinking about what this actually means. So, if you think about your energy, you think about your vibrations. We all have our vibrations that we are born with that are our vibrational core. And then we have these different ways of being able to use that energy. We can use our energy. We do this naturally in our energy exchanges, which we typically see as like relationships, but this could be like between strangers all the way up to your family members. So having these energetic exchanges, these energy exchanges, is one way to use this energy. Now, this doesn't mean that you have to go and start talking to everybody and like be a personable person, because I don't know if I can do it. That's not what it means. It means that you are more intentional about how you're using your energy in those energetic exchanges. So remembering that also, you're using your energy in your interactions with others. So even just visualizing in your mind and thinking about how your energy is coming from you and going to somebody else, where you could say in your mind, I am intentionally choosing to use more of my energy to go into this energetic exchange with this other person. Now, if you choose to use that in a negative way or you choose violence, just know that energy is going to come back to you, just like how it always does with reap what you sow, because that doesn't change, or karma. But being intentional about how you're using your energy, not letting it just be whatever it is. Another thing is to move out of just random thinking, random thoughts. So go from random thoughts to actually visualizing. Doing more visualization will really help. Also, interacting with your environment. So, vibrational interactions is another way that you can use your energy. I know this sounds like all like formal and deep, but this can actually be like listening to music. Like, we all have the music that we like and that we can feel impacting our energy. But now, instead of just that music coming in to you and impacting your energy, think about it as this vibrational interaction. Whereas you're interacting with that music, how are you letting your energy be expressed outward? How are you letting that music change your actions or your thoughts? And be intentional about it. Because we have like our favorite songs, we have our favorite music that just automatically moves us or has us changes our mood, but now we have to be very intentional about it. Like, we have to say, I'm going to listen to this music right now to be able to get my energy moving. Also, being very intentional with the actions that you're taking, but especially with your physical movement. So instead of it being, oh, I'm just going to take a walk to get this energy moving, or I need to take a walk. I think we've all said that, where it's like, oh my gosh, I can't take this. I need to go take a walk. I need to step away. But instead of it just being step away or just taking a walk, do it with intention. While I'm going to take this walk, I'm going to breathe through my energy. I'm going to feel in my body how this energy is feeling. And I'm going to be very intentional in all of my steps and in my actions. It's really taking things from like a subconscious state where it's like automatic to making the choice. So making it conscious. Like I do some crazy stuff. Well, yeah, I do lots of crazy stuff all the time. But I do some crazy stuff like when I'm trying to work with intention where I sometimes will literally say out loud, I am aware that this situation around me, we'll say like at work, because that's usually what it happens, is making me feel this way. But I am choosing to not feel that way, but use the energy to just get the work done. Or to go and breathe. Or I'm using that energy for myself. So it's really just, it's adding that intention in. That's really important. And you can't have intention without awareness. So we can't do things without awareness anymore. The two big things that are changing with all of this new energy, we are getting some big, ew, why did I draw it like that? That was ugly. We're getting some big, huge changes. Ew, I hate this so much, but I'm going to try and ignore it. Around how we heal and what healing actually is. So, if you have ever looked up, or you might want to go look up any of the energy healing tactics that are used, and actually taking medicine is that is an energetic exchange. That is like taking energy in a pill form. But it looks specifically like at some of the Eastern medicine. So like acupuncture, acupressure, Reiki, all of those are really around the movement of energy. And so we've been doing this healing where it's moving energy in a particular way, but without intention necessarily. Like we can, when you have like an ache or pain, a lot of times it's a lot of energy that's stuck in that place. And so then with energy movement, you can get some of that change. But now, like, the healing space is about to change drastically because the way that we have been healing, whether it's like Cousin B was saying through sleep, because that's when we do a lot of our healing, our sleep is changing. Even like I expect a lot of people to start seeing that the medications that were working for them aren't going to work for them anymore, or they're not going to work in the same way, because that's changing. Um, Also, anything that like has you've been able to use for good health, um, or to like any of your proactive health things, a lot of that is changing. Hi, Dieter. It's good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for dropping in. I appreciate it. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. So, healing, I expect the healing space to change a lot. Um, and we can start doing that ourselves, and just being aware of it, of like, what I was doing before for like my stress relief isn't necessarily working anymore. So I need to be intentional about how I'm doing that. That's some of that nine, that ending of cycles. It's ending the things that we've been doing because they're just not going to work anymore. The other area that's big time changing, is what some people call manifestation. Um, yeah, we'll just stick with manifestation. But really, all manifestation is how you are using your energy to create your reality. So people say, I'm going to manifest $1 million, but then they don't do anything. They just say, I believe I have $1 million. And yeah, no. So that doesn't work already. But what is changing a lot is how we can motivate ourselves to take the actions we need to take in order to bring that reality that we want um, into our space. We need to be more intentional about it. And it can't just be what it has been. So it can't just be, oh, I need a new mic, so I might need to save my pennies and get a new mic. Like, that's just not um, enough anymore. You also have to be more intentional. So, to even thinking about how um, there's already been a big shift in like how things like visualization and affirmations have worked towards motivation and like being able to do what you need to do in order to create the reality that you want to live in. That's very much changing. It's not enough anymore to just say your affirmation every single day to help change your thoughts. Like now, you can't just change and be more positive in your thinking and in your words. That's not going to be enough with the amount of energy that is in the space. And it's not going to be enough to really create the reality that you want to live in. Just doing a vision board is not going to be enough anymore. Like, vision boards are great. I love vision boards. I have several. But just inundating your consciousness with your visions, that has worked in the past, that worked in our old energetic space. But as this new energy is coming in and we have so much more energy, we actually have to do more than just that. So we can start with the vision board, but we also need to maybe add the vision board with a different set of actions as well. And I don't know all of this yet. I just know what I'm seeing and that a lot of this is changing. So I think we start with little things and being intentional with even the little things. So knowing that, okay, because I know this is true for me also, that with all this extra energy, I am overthinking a lot more than I have in the past. I do feel like kind of jittery because I'm like, I feel like I need to do something, but I don't know what to do. But if I can start with awareness and be aware that I'm feeling that way because of this extra energy, then I can be able to intentionally start using that energy in different ways. So I say, okay, so instead of using this energy to go work out in the gym like I do every day, I'm going to intentionally visualize some of that energy going to my joints so I can heal any of my joint pain from going to the gym every day. But it could be something as simple as that. Or even thinking about why you're doing the things that you're doing. Why are you thinking what you're thinking? And if it doesn't fit anymore, then change it. So I know I've added more questions than answers to our discussion. But I think it's really important that this is a really big thing that's happening. We have been seeing a lot of reports, and this year is just the start of it, of all this energy coming into the space. I do think this is something we have to get used to. We have to get used to having all this energy in the space and all of this happening at once. Because I think this is becoming like a new reality. There's some other stuff happening too, but we'll save that for a different day. Okay, how's everybody doing? Anybody got any questions? Anybody have anything that they can think of that would help them? Or maybe help all of us in like using this energy in a different way? Because I think these are all things that we are just starting to learn. I don't know that we know any of these yet. What do you think? Mm. I almost choked myself again. I was about to start talking with water in my mouth. That's ridiculous. Try to see if there's more, but I'm being told not to do any more. To let us all process this. So I'll just shut up. mm. Oh yeah, I love that, Josh. Yes. Yes. That's a really good one. Well, because it's doing whatever you need to do to be intentional. And even if that just starts with asking yourself why you're doing what you're doing. But yes, I love that, Josh. And being present is part of that. Mm. Yes. Yes, Judy. Yes. Like I think one thing that we definitely can do is we can look at this new energy like we are going back to school, because essentially we are. We're having to learn these new ways of physically being in this new energy and mentally being in this new energy and emotionally being in this new energy. So it is like we're going back to school. And whether you like school or not, we all know how to do school. do school. Do school. Yeah, I like that. That's good. I don't even know where stuff went. Like, how do I find our list or anything? Oh, I guess it doesn't matter. We'll just leave it here. Yeah, so I think this was um really where we're starting. And we have been talking about, like, it has been coming up around needing to move to a place of awareness, of being aware of the vibrations and the energy around us, and how our energy was impacting the energy around us. Um, yeah, not doing anything mindlessly. But that could get, man, could get tiring. But I think that's why we take it on a little bit at a time. So this is not like a just right now moment. This is like, nope, there has been a graduation has occurred. Uh I don't know if we got our graduation party. Maybe we should do that first. Maybe that'll make us feel better. But this graduation has occurred and we are moving on to this next level. So it's time to move, learn these new things, and move in a new way. Experience life in a new way. Create reality in life in a new way. So we are on this journey together. I'm kind of proud of my picture. Kind of proud of it. It looks real crazy, but I like it. Okay, I think that's all I got. And that was exhausting. Well, that last topic was exhausting. So I definitely need my second dinner. And then I'll come over to probably over to Cousin B's Twitch to just listen to music and dance. No, emote dance. You know I do those dances though at home. I think that's why I like the ones that I like, because they make me giggle when I see them, but also when I do them. Alrighty. Hopefully, I haven't put too many people in a drunken, energetic stupor. But we'll be back tomorrow. And we can, I will take any questions or any comments or discussion points that you want to talk about from today. We can talk about them tomorrow also. And tomorrow is our hip hop day, and we definitely have some stuff to talk about in the hip hop space that I'm sure will relate to all of this. Because I think we are seeing this very much so in the hip hop space too. Any of these outbursts. But I'll be back tomorrow, probably around the same time as today. No, that's a lie. I'm going to be here earlier than today. How much earlier? I don't know yet. But thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you all so very, very much. If you didn't hit the like button on your way in, please hit it on your way out and come back tomorrow. And we'll talk some more. I'll try not to be too heavy. Okay. Have a good night. Bye.